Hello and welcome to Devlog 3 of RAMMBOCK. I'm Nick, aka Hybrid Mink. Today I'm going to look at level 1, and then we're going to go into all the details of what I've been working on. Let's do it. First thing you might notice is these parallax layers over here. They move at a little different pace. I had to rework the camera to make that work because it just wasn't working the way I had it. We'll talk about that a little bit later. This area is kind of designed to have just like a brief moment where you can kind of learn how to use the RAM to chain. And then here we learned about collide. See how this helicopter's like bopping into these guys. These guys also bop into there. But like if you're actually playing properly, you're probably killing these things right away. The jet enemy required a lot of work. A lot went into that enemy. And the tank, probably the most work. Go into that a little bit later. You got a chain here designed to show you that the RAM cancel can also destroy bullets, just like your normal pulse attack. I missed the fun. Oh well. Just do a little dash just for the heck of it. And, yeah. Just been spreading out all the enemy formations. Getting a nice flow to things. The idea is to get a 99 chain by the end of the level. If you've seen any of the other previous devlogs, you might know... Man, it's hard to talk while playing. You might know the reasoning of how I did the ram attack. Like, you know, you do an angle shot that way, you can do a straight shot this way. Oh, well, that wasn't a straight shot. And these helicopters kind of stopped shooting at you a little too soon. I think I might want to get one more shot off of that guy. And yeah, just like an easy chain right there. If you have enough chain, you get a bonus formation here. This thing is designed to be just a pretty easy shot right here. Boom. That's 6 right there. And then we got one of these, which if you kill it fast enough... well, I definitely didn't kill it fast enough. Well, maybe I still did. Let's see. No. Nope. I cheated because I have invulnerability on it, and you just hit my hitbox. This one I should be able to... Boom. And then this one... Pretty big explosion. You see the little parallax in front here? I don't think it's too much in the way. I think it should be alright. So if you don't shoot those little guys, those planes will just fly right into it. And then this formation right here has a bonus, and I can do it in one shot. Just one dash attack's all it takes. And then we get these guys, who don't actually appear in this level anywhere else, except in the boss fight. Ooh, and now we have the drifting tanks, who have a bit of a drift effect. And then if these guys hit, they bop and go spinning. I just want to dash through this screw it. Ooh, just barely caught that guy. Oh, I killed that guy. I think he was supposed to be dead. So if you kill him, you see this little crater. But if you shoot him, you get the wreckage. And at this point, these formations here, they're just like enemies that I'm planning on making formations for. But these are, I mean, this is too much. Because we're reaching the end of the level, and we don't want it to be that hard. See? There's the warning. And when the warning pops, it deletes every enemy in the level before the warning. So it's just like a little queue-free check, as they call it. And it just gets rid of stuff so the game runs a little better. Less data there. This is a bit of a slow scroll. There is no boss here. There will be a boss here. But basically, I actually reworked this background, too. I lengthened it a little bit, and then I kind of cleaned this up. This looks nicer than it used to. But yeah, that is, as it stands, level 1. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I originally hit the stream button, and I got this far, and I had like a 75 chain. But you can't see it. It's 59. How'd my pulse get? Got pretty big. When you hit 50 chain, the quick little thing, when you hit 50 chain, your bar up here goes faster. See? And I also added a little bit of energy when you hit enemies with the gun. It was 1 per shot, now it's 3. So I'm just doing a lot of fine-tuning there. Anyways, that's level 1. Now if you want to stick around, I'll go into a few more details that I was alluding to before. First thing you might notice is we got snow. There is snow up until a certain point. Basically, I'm using a particle shader... No, particle emitter. And then I made a very simple snow texture, like very small, because I don't want to run too many processy things, because there's going to be a lot of bullets at some point. We don't want to worry about it slowing down. And what I have is these stop points. So here, when it hits this point, the slow will slow down. It sends a code to the emitter to slow it down. And then when we get here, wait, where is it? It's way back here. The snow stops over here. So I'm using like camera on-screen triggers to stop and start particle effects. You also might notice this water shader that I got here. I think it makes the water look a lot nicer. Makes the background look a little less static. While it's on screen, I'll show you the two different formation types that I have. We have bonus formations, this one, which I place in the level. And if you have a certain chain by the time you hit it, then it will spawn. You might have seen a little spawning animation. This one requires 5, but I'm probably going to bump it up to like 15 or something. And it just gives you a bit of a bonus for playing well. And playing well, you get more bonuses, which gives you more bonuses later on. There's another formation here. I don't remember if I actually killed it in time, but if you kill this thing in 10 seconds, you get another follow-up formation. And then I think those are like the two different types of bonus formations. I was also playing with lighting. I didn't mess with this too much, but I figured this might be worth showing off because it's a visual thing that I can actually show off. So here I have a modulate layer that I can make things really dark if I wanted to. And notice like even the enemies in the top, they get dark too. So it's a very simple thing, and I was like, wow, this is actually really effective without like any post-processing at all, which is ideal. And then, well, where's the ship? Put a little light on the ship. So I could quickly show you how this would look. I would probably add a light to like explosions and lasers and stuff, but this is an idea because I have a level later in the game which this would work really well. So like, yeah, it lights everything up. So this is something neat I was playing with. Make sure I turn that off because I will forget. I forgot I even had this light on here when I went to testing. Let's see. Talked about parallax layers. I had to rework the camera system. Originally, I had the level moving and the camera was moving left to right. Now the camera moves up, down, left, right. It's all on the camera now. I think that'll make things run better. Honestly, in my testing, it didn't seem like it changed much, but I think it changed some weird spawn and glitches that I had. So that took a little bit of work because camera's important. It's like how you see the game. Let's see. And yeah, I had to do it to make parallax layers work because parallax layers are based on the camera and it wasn't working before. And then I reworked parallax layers anyways, so, you know, that's just the thing with coding. Like, you do some work and then you just accept the fact that you're just going to end up deleting it. Ideally not, but you can't always predict. Talked about the water shader, the snow particles, the lighting system. Let's talk about the tanks. So the tank, it was a lot of work. I think I talked about tanks last time, but I did even more work on them this time. Specifically, we got these little drift tanks over here, and they bopped into each other. I could show you that because I have this test point right here. This test start point is this thing that I basically made a rectangle, and I put a little marker in the bottom right corner, and I send code to the game where if I select, where are you? Map center, and I enable the test elements, that turns this thing on. It will hide everything below this rectangle, and it will start the camera right here. So fine-tuning this has made just testing things a lot easier because I've been moving a lot of formations and enemies around, so it's just easier this way. So yeah, see, we just start right here. And you can see the tanks, they drift around, they emit these dust particles over there that they emit faster if they're moving faster. So it's just little effects that I think make it look cool. And I'll probably add more of those to other enemies later, but right now the tank is the only one that has it. If I go into slow-mo, you could just kind of see that slow-mo is a debug thing. It's not going to be a gameplay, I don't think. But for now, we can just see, like, oh, these guys are going to bop into each other, and boop, they did, and they spin out a little bit more. And yeah, this is just like just a big old formation. The crates explode and do a lot of chains. Jets were a lot of work too. Not much to really say other than they have a lot of variety in what they can do. They have different left to right, side to side, but mostly a lot of the movement is dictated by these paths. Here's a good one. It's just a circle. So you can see this line here is a path, and the tanks are specifically pathed because they're on the level. Here you can see a whole bunch of paths just intersecting. These 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 like blackish lines are where the formations are activating. So that just like makes it easier for me to figure out like, all right, this formation activates here, yada yada. We're getting into the minutia, so I hope you enjoy that. Let's see, what else we got here? Deactivation points I added, so now when enemies are too low, you might have seen the helicopter stop shooting at some point. That can be triggered by a timer or a deactivation point. So depending on the situation, I have ways of stopping enemies from shooting, starting shooting, when their hitbox activates. All these things were like kind of in place, but now they're pretty much how they're going to be, unless I completely rework everything again. Hopefully not. But yeah, I was working on a lot of enemy formations, as you've seen. Just like level 1 is full of different enemies designed to learn the chain mechanics, and if you miss a chain here, you have like an extra enemy over there. So it's kind of designed with some freedom. You're not like, you have to do it this way. We talked about bonus check formations, time bonus formations. Formations will time out after a certain time, where they'll just go off screen, or maybe they'll just a little animation will play and they'll disappear. Different checks and fixes. Old variables and optimizing code. Not really something that I could show other than any grayed out text that I haven't gotten rid of. But there was a lot of old variables from like 3 months ago that I just don't use anymore. And I'm like, oh, well, why don't I just do this here and this here? So getting the enemies to like be uniform and have similar variables has made getting these enemy like behaviors to be easier. And a lot of hitbox tweaking. I could show you. Let's show you the tank specifically, because the tank has 2 parts. It has a base and the top. At one point, I was going to add a 7th hitbox. I'm like, no. It was not working, so we're going to just stick with these. So we have... I don't remember if I showed this in the first video, but it's worth showing again because I've been changing them so much. We have the hurt box, which is what is hit by the player's laser, and the ram. Or basically any player attack targets the hurt box. Makes sense, right? Then we have the hitbox. The hitbox is what hits you, but it's also what hits launched enemies. And I was thinking about changing this up because, like, see how small this is? This is good for the player. We want it to be small so I can get in there and ram it. But when I'm launching an enemy at it, oh, well, if the enemy hits this blue thing, it doesn't connect at all. So after testing it for a while, I realized, you know what? This is the way to do it, because the really, really tight enemy formations, if I use the blue one, it doesn't work. Like, things hit the wrong things and they blow up too soon. So I'm going to stick with this. So that was something that I actually did, like, yesterday. The collide shape is actually... I'm sorry, the collide shape is what targets the enemy. But it has to be the same shape as the hitbox, so that it actually... They both deal damage to each other when they hit each other. The knockbox is when they are launched. That is what takes control. They switch their hitboxes to the knockboxes. And again, the hitbox and hurtbox are the same exact size, and they're kind of smaller. If you look at this grid, they're kind of like 8 squares wide for smaller enemies, and the reason for that is diagonal shots. So you might have noticed a lot of my shots went diagonally. If it's bigger than that, it'll hit things out of place, and the whole idea is to have, like, precision. Getting that precision was a lot of work, and I'm sure there'll be more changes later, but just an idea of how I had to separate all of these hitboxes in order to make the different mechanics work together. And then finally, we have the soft shape, which is for the collision. When you saw the 2 tanks hitting each other, this is what determines that. So that one's much bigger, and that's okay, because I want enemies to be bopping into each other, and sometimes I just turn it off if I don't want them to be bopping into each other. So that was most of what I worked on. There's been so many little things that I don't write down. I try and write down like the big things for these videos, but generally speaking, a lot of fine-tuning, and that's about it. Maybe I can end the video with just turning off invulnerability and seeing how well I can actually do. So let me see here. In order to do that, we go to the camera. The ship is on the camera. We turn off invulnerability. We can change the starting lives. I'm going to stick with 2. And we could change the amount of chain you lose on death. We're going to stick with 3 for now. That might... Yeah, that might go a lot lower. We could change how many points the Ramming cancel gives me, but I'm going to keep it at 20. And then I could... You know, I could do this in the dark, but I'm not going to do it in the dark. And then finally, we have to set the starting point back to the beginning of the level. Oops, that is my stream camera. Alright. Go full screen. I did turn vulnerability on, right? Might need to get a new camera for these things in particular, so that you can actually see the chain, which is like a key part of the game. But for now, just I'll tell you, it's at 6. It's at 8. Whoop. Might need an enemy there. Yeah, just like a lot of this, like a lot of me playing the level over and over again, just to be like, oh, I need an enemy there. Maybe that's too hard, but I haven't really removed anything yet. And like most players will just kill this thing right away, so I gotta figure out a way to make him not kill it so that you get this chain right here. And then, oh, we got a little extra guy. Look at that. Oh, well, I died. And I missed the box again. Well, you know what it does. It's fine. Oh, wow. I'm not gonna get very far, am I? Alright, let me really focus in. I have no lives left. And we'll pulse here. Oh, I got really close. That was scary. Huh. I'm gonna need more enemies there, too. This is too hard. Alright, that's not that bad. Sometimes you gotta use the dash. I'm at 13 chain. I'm gonna just keep this here and go. Oh, well, good enough. 16, so I'll get this. 22. And that didn't spawn... Oh, that wasn't a bonus formation. So 2 of those will kill that thing really quickly. And then we get this thing. There's no real payoff to that, so I'm probably going to tweak that as well. Here we get a little diagonal shot there. Go shot there. And what I want to do is... I probably wanted to hit the satellite into that one. I'm going to leave these guys here so that they get hit by these. Oh, they actually don't hit it. Will these hit it? There you go. A little bop there. So that's designed like that specifically to want you to do the dash. And then, as you saw before... Basically, it's designed like that so that once you get to that big third formation, you're going to want to, like, oh, I see. Obviously, I want to do it right down the middle, right? Hopefully. I had to tweak these guys' health. They were too hard. Oh, man, I missed all those chains, huh? Oh, my God. Well, I got pretty far. Almost did it. And obviously, this game over screen is placeholder. And a little chapter 1 thing in the right. That one I reworked a bit. Originally, it was designed for 1080, and then it went up to 4K. I'm like, oh, I got to redo this, so I ended up reworking that a bit, and it looks nice and gritty. Not super important unless you care about UI that much, but there we go. So, level 1, pretty far along. Enemies, like a lot of things are pretty far along. I think next week I might start working on the boss fight for level 1. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that next time. And I guess all that's left is to say thank you for watching, if you stuck with it this whole time. I hope you're excited to play it. I know I'm excited to have people play it very soon. If you'd like to support this game, you can go to patreon.com/hybridmink. I should probably get text on screen when that happens. So I'll be like, hey, look there. But there'll be a link in the description. You can also support me by coming to my stream and giving a gift sub, just saying what's up. And on the side, I'm also doing commissions. But for now, I'm mostly focusing on this game. So, again, I've been Hybrid Mink, or Nick, whichever one you want to call me. And you can catch me on the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.